Hi there, Sagittarius. I am going to be doing your reading now. You're the first of the 5 signs I'll be recording. I want to thank those who are returning to view here in my channel. Thank you very much for being here, and all the new subscribers I've had recently in the last month or two. I welcome you here at my channel, and I hope if you are here listening to the Sagittarius placement, you will also need to check your North Node placement. I highly encourage that. And I truly hope that you've got some message that is coming through that will resonate for you. And obviously, if it doesn't, do check your other elements in your natal chart. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Oh, you've got 3 here that's popped out. All right, Sagittarians. Okay, you've got really lovely cards here. We've got Truth to be told. This is the first card I just saw. Okay, I am doing a slightly different format, as you can see. I'm doing a faceless reading at the moment. I am not in my usual setting, and I've only got a camera at the moment set up so I can actually do the recording. So I've decided to do it just so you can listen to me, my voice, and view the cards. Anyhow, your first card here, Sagittarians, is Truth Be Told. So there's something that you need to be honest about, I would say. All right, if you're hiding away, you need to take the mask off, firstly. Okay, I always find this card is actually a beautiful card, because this is a card that when you're actually being vulnerable or daring to be really open, and even in communicating your needs. So this is really brilliant. You've got here a loyal heart as well. So for some of you, this could be the possibility of meeting somebody that where you're going to want to open your heart to, or even actually kind of expose yourself completely. So for some of you who are maybe not attached, this could be an opportunity for you to meet your loyal partner. Or this could also be a partnership of all kinds, to do with collaborations and actually work collaborations. Okay, so it could be actually working in a new job and you find that you can actually be yourself, whatever it is, that however it speaks to you. Okay, and this other third card here you've got is co-create. So this is really, really wonderful. This is such a significant 3 cards that you've got. I'm also looking, my eyes have gone to the bottom of the deck here, and you've also got the Treasure Island. So I feel that something has come in, Sagittarians, and if not just yet, it will be, because behind that we've also got the Yang card. All right, I feel like you've been working very hard, Sagittarians, trying to do things the way that you feel to be absolutely true to you, and I feel that you are going to start seeing the dividends of your effort in being authentic, and in doing that you are actually going to also have the ability to actually create the life that you have actually been wanting to create. All right, I think this is a start of something new for some of you, and I really need you to pay attention to what could be coming in. I'm noticing as well on these 3 cards here on the table, or I'm just going to leave it on the table here for a moment, that you've got the loyal heart, you've got the co-create, and where's my feather? I did have a feather. Oh, it's here. Okay, so that you've got the loyal heart and the co-create and the Truth Be Told cards. All 3 cards have the owl, or an owl as an image. Now, an owl is a very, very intuitive, almost piercingly accurate in terms of tuning into himself, and can see through the dark, okay, and he can see through things. So I feel like in some way that you have this power at the moment where you're able to see clearly and see the bigger picture, see through the reality that's not even happened yet. So I feel that what I'm trying to say, I guess, is what your senses are really acute at the moment. All right, and this is something you must trust. It will lead you to the path that will be actually very, very, you're going to be delighted. You're going to feel a sense of extraordinary love for yourself as well as for your life. Okay, we've got, again, we've got these little love hearts, like confetti love hearts all over this owl. We've got in this loyal heart card as well. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck here, you've got Treasure Island. This is as if almost your luck is about to change and it's coming in. And perhaps it's been a long time coming in, and now you're actually recognizing that this is something that you've been actually wanting to create. and this is something that is definitely, I feel, and I'm going to just say what I feel more than necessarily read the cards directly, but this is something you've been really waiting for some time. I feel like Sagittarians as well, you're going to have the right people in your corner. All right, make sure that you really stick to the people that you know can be trusted. But you do definitely have some new friends, I feel, for some of you, as well as people who might know you, but maybe you're even able to see clearly who is actually really on your side. Okay, I'm going to move on to the second card, which is actually from the what's her name? Stacey DeMarco's card, the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Okay, now you've got the gratitude. So I really feel like there is something amazing going to be coming in that you're going to feel very pleased about. Okay, this is about you're going to be in gratitude. I feel like there's also people reaching out to you to give you a hand. You're going to be in gratitude towards life itself, towards God, towards the universe, towards the people. Yeah, I just feel like there's just so many offers, not so many offers, but the offer that's coming in is going to be something that you have really been waiting to see for some time, and now it's becoming apparent that there is something very much to be grateful for. Okay, I need to say this as well, that if some of you are not able to see things clearly just yet, just trust that things will become clear for you. Okay, because here at the bottom of the deck, I've got the card of purity on the inversion as well. So we've got it upside down. And if you see her, this figure, can you see? She, let me just take it back a bit. She can't actually see her way, but I feel that you are taking your time, Sagittarius. I feel that with the wisdom of the owl animal, you know, again, look it up on Google. Just do check out the owl totem. And see what message it has for you, and you might recognize yourself. But what owls are really good at is assessing the situation, and this is another card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I feel that this is a really good time for you to really look at your options, look at what's coming in, and assess what is the best option for you to take, okay? Because it will put you in your power as well. But this is something that you've been actually really putting out there for a very long time. And I would say that this is something also, Sagittarians, that you're going to be so grateful for. And even any losses you might have incurred that has not happened, you will see the reason behind it. Or maybe if something has happened, you will see the reason behind maybe what's not so clear at the moment. For sure, you will recognize that there is something very much to be grateful for. Some of you feel as well that you've been working on your energy centers, which is really great. And if you are, I really recommend that you keep that practice up. Okay, I really feel that, you know, your chakras are very important at the moment. Any kind of yoga, any kind of exercising would be really good. You must actually keep your body very, very well tuned up. I feel that this is because you're now going to be in a situation where people are going to be coming to you. They could be possibly asking you for some guidance as well. Perhaps you're also preparing for a relationship that you really actually been waiting for. For some of you as well, we've just come out through the major Venus retrograde phase for a while, and you could have actually been assessing and reassessing your relationship, and there could be some return of a relationship as well. Okay, some of you could be traveling to a new partnership. Partner, I've got the card of travel here, and I'm using the life purpose deck, and I'm not particularly necessarily reading it as a life purpose, although it could be, but just for the sake of continuing what I was saying, some of you might find that you might need to travel. You might be doing online, you might be on a dating site. Some of you possibly recently signed up to a dating site, which requires you to be kind of mobile. Okay, and maybe traveling to and fro to a person or to your significant other to be. Okay, some of you actually might find that you're estranged from your significant other, and having some time out at the moment, I'd say. And during this time, perhaps you want to actually take some time to assess perhaps what your relationship is doing and how you're feeling. I would suggest that if anybody of you Sagittarians are in this situation, that perhaps you start looking at, sometimes we can get very clouded over by the aggravation that we're experiencing. It's hard to see the wood for the trees. And I'm getting a sense here that perhaps that if you were to go back to the why you got together and recognizing, recognizing what you fell in love with your person, and maybe what you find that is actually, what is the promise they've made, what is the thing that you really liked to begin with, okay, and maybe going back to that and maybe recognizing that, and perhaps even having some open communication about it, okay, because the second card here I've got also is a practice card, and I feel like maybe in some way you guys need to sort of re-engage and maybe I would say it's like gaining some skills in order how to be in a relationship. I think we sometimes can take relationships so for granted that we forget that they need a particular kind of cycle of refreshing, to actually sort of hone in the skills of being a good partner. What does that look like? Okay, for some of you, I feel like some of you maybe need to actually maybe read certain materials, maybe do some research, perhaps on communicating, and perhaps finding in your heart what it is that you could be in gratitude for your partner. Okay, we do take people for granted. Maybe you need to actually have some heart-to-heart conversation here as well, some of you Sagittarians, okay, and maybe you need to open yourself up. Perhaps you've been hiding your truth about a situation within your relationship or some kind of partnering, okay. It could be, again, it is very important at this time that you actually lay not the rules down, but I'm sort of thinking that here maybe it's really good to sort of check in with the schedule, maybe being honest about what works, what doesn't work, and looking at what can work for you, okay. But you are being guided, Sagittarians, whatever happens here. And I feel like some of you actually be honing your skills as well in your profession, okay. You might actually be researching again, you might actually start practicing a certain spiritual practice as well, and it is a very good time for you to be doing this, Sagittarians. If you're a Sagittarius rising particularly, you will have your Virgo on the top end of your in the 10th house. So again, some of you might be actually noticing that you are actually doing, or things are beginning to show up for you, and you are actually wanting to exercise your skills, okay, or practice your skills, maybe develop them even further and do some more research for some of you, okay. I feel like, again, this will open up some more doors that maybe you weren't expecting. All right, I just feel that, just really think about who you and where you're going to go and who you're going to actually work with, and do say no to those that are not going to be a fruitful partnering. Okay, this is really, really important. Sagittarians, you've had all your cards come up on the upright, which is also really excellent. What else at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, just make sure that you can definitely, if you need some coaching, here at the bottom of the deck I've got two cards. I've got the counseling card as well. So some of you could be training to be a counselor, some of you could also be doing some coaching, maybe going into that. Some energy work here as well, I see, and and you might be somebody that people come to for counsel. All right, maybe people find you very loyal, very full of integrity, and they're able to give advice in a way that's very helpful to people. Some of you actually, looking at this travel card again, you might actually want to start doing things more on YouTube or some kind of internet platform, or maybe even update your website, okay, or something to do with something that you're honing your skills. So you might want to refine your services, you might want to offer something more. You're going to actually polish up what it is that you do and hone in. And perhaps what's happened in the last few weeks with the Mercury retrograde and now going direct, you're able to start seeing clearly what needs to happen, okay, and where your involvement in your life needs to be concentrated on. All right, I'm just going to leave these cards for a moment, and I'm going to now shuffle the tarot deck and see what tarot will come make itself known to you, Sagittarians. Okay, look, wow, you've got this. I'm going to take all these four. All right, so we've got the partnership card here. I think you definitely be cutting somebody out. All right, I feel some of you Sagittarians. We've got the Lovers card, which is always about a partnership, and is also here on the Loyal Heart card. Okay, I don't know if you can actually see here. All right, so this is they're very two similar cards. All right, you can see two people facing each other, and you could actually meet somebody, you know, very immediately, very significantly, who is very different from you. I'm looking at this as well. Or maybe you're going to be doing something completely different as well, something you've not done before. Or maybe even going back to something that you've done before. But what I'm picking up actually more than anything else, you know, which is, I won't say a love reading, but very sort of significantly, that I feel that there could be a possibility that you are definitely going to meet somebody who is quite different to you and has different offerings to what you have. And this relationship is going to be a blessing. The one that is actually really high level relationship. All right, some of you've definitely, I feel here, you're cutting somebody out. Okay, this is about, you know, you've got here the King of Swords as well on the inverted, but I would say here that you're not taking any nonsense, right? You know, this is obviously much more significant here, but I feel that for you guys, this is really important that you do not because it's in the inverted, you don't go back on what you believe to be right for you. Very important. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to be speaking to somebody. If some of you maybe have had a split up or break up, because I've also got here the Three of Swords that came out, I would say that do not go back to maybe something that really caused you a lot of pain, a lot of grief, and a lot of strife. Okay, really interesting as well. We've got the Four of Cups here as well, which also came out. And here, as a figure, is actually also wondering what to do. If you see him or her in the foreground against the tree. Okay, the Four Cups are like in a sludge. This is a very grey card. And I feel like in some way, I think it's just the same old for some of you. I don't know if this is going to be speaking to somebody in particular, but just be mindful that you do not go back to some land, arid, very unnourishing land, okay, as to your relationship here. Okay, this is not going to speak to everybody. This could to do with work as well, so make sure that if you're making choices around work, that it is something that fulfills you, brings lots of color. Because I feel like some of you, you know, you've been there, done that. You know what doesn't signify give you any results or any joy. And it really is time for sure, Sagittarians, that you move away from that possibility. But because you've got these three really amazing opening cards here, I feel like most of you have learned this lesson now, that you don't need to keep on going to, you know, a job that sort of bleeds you dry, okay, or what I call a vampire relationships or vampire jobs, which is basically they suck the blood out of you and you don't get anything back in return. Your tarot, in fact, has been much more significantly grayer in its approach. But what's beautiful about this particular Lover's card is the most colourful card out of the four that you've got, which came out all together. And I feel that you are definitely moving towards a group, a union, or a collaboration that is going to be fruitful for both parties. Okay, and this could also be a relationship. At the bottom of the deck here, I do have the Five of Wands as well, so definitely cutting the dross out. All right, cutting the noise out, cutting people who are sort of, you know, if you can, move away from people who are only up for just causing some problems. Okay, do look at your options here as well, because I've got Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Look at your options, because there are going to be options that's coming up, right, and one that is going to take you for sure to a better horizon. Okay, so those two cards are at the bottom of the deck. All right, I'm going to keep these readings. I'm going to leave it here. I hope you've got something from this reading, Sagittarians. Just make sure that I feel personally that you're going to have so much to be grateful for. I feel that you're going to buy even immediately, as soon as this is launched. If you are actually viewing this pretty much according to your timeline, this is something I feel that's going to be quite imminent. I feel like you've gone through quite a dark time or a difficult time, a time that's worn you down, where you've had no, fruition from your labor. But that is all about to change, and I feel that's because you are really meeting the right people around you who are actually going to be very loyal to you. Okay, and I feel that some of you could have even made a change of abode. Again, with the travel card, you could have actually been moving, traveling to work, or moving, not destination, what's that word? Your home, you know, your kind of where you are, where you've been operating from. So this is going to not pertain to everybody, but there is definitely some of you that are actually moving, have moved, or will be traveling for work that's actually going to be much more joyous. So keep your own counsel as well, okay? And if anyone who needs further guidance, further specifications, I am offering readings at the moment. There are only a few slots available each week, but do check in on my website on the link below, www.rafahsaba.com, and I do also offer guidance without the tarot, so there are different rates. You'll find that also in the larger. Have a look on my website because there's plenty of stuff there. Otherwise, just choose who you get your counsel from. And one more last thing I'm just picking up as well: be kind to yourself, speak kindly to yourself, and maybe even praise yourself. Okay, I'm getting this for 1 or 2 Sagittarians. Just make sure that you praise yourself for the good work done. And perhaps even be thankful for those who are showing up in your life currently, who really have your back and are supporting you. That's it, Sagittarians. Lots of love. I hope you've got something from this reading, and I will catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.